Welcome to the Comedy Here Often podcast. I'm your host, Kevy. This week on the show is the Comedy Here Often staff and crew. That's me, Lauren, and Stove. And we're going to talk about what we have planned and what's coming up. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and all platforms. You ready, my friends?
Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm just watching.
What are you watching, Lauren? Something that's not to be said on a podcast?
You know what? You're probably recording now, so yeah. You can't fool me.
That was pro.
I know when you start recording and not tell anyone about it.
That's my move every time if they don't ask.
Yes, I was researching on female celebrities that I have crushes on. And that's all I'm going to say.
Top 3 list.
Of female celebrities that I have crushes on?
Yeah.
In no particular order.
Mm-hmm.
Ruby Rose.
Okay.
Olivia Wilde.
Okay.
You already seem to have a type. That's a type.
Well, Olivia Wilde was the first time I ever realized I was attracted to women. I was like, oh no.
Really?
The OC days?
The OC days!
Yeah,
and I was like, 14-year-old Lauren was like,
Purple streak in her hair.
Like,
I'd
never had...
by curiosity.
I'd had crush on men. I'd had crushes on men, but I'd never felt a sexual attraction to men. And that was like my first sexual attraction. I was like, damn. So, I don't know. Number 3? Mm-hmm. Ooh. You know what? We'll start talking about something else and I'll just interrupt you with a name at some point.
I think I know your first celebrity male crush.
No, I know.
Don't want me to say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Son-in-law, Pauly Shore.
Yeah, damn
Son-in-law
straight.
era,
Oh,
Pauly Shore.
My God, I forgot about that movie.
I didn't.
love that movie.
I
love
not.
that movie too. I love
So good.
Encino Man.
I love his
Biodome.
pants
Biodome's
in that
amazing.
movie.
Kylie
His
Minogue was in
hair.
Biodome.
Yeah, I know.
Did you know the script for that? The script for that was not a Biodome. Originally, it was written to be Bill and Ted 3.
No way.
Yeah, if you think about it, it makes a lot of
yeah.
sense.
Oh, yeah.
And Tenacious D are in it for a second. They're like on the lawn
Oh,
playing a song.
yeah. Favorite Pauly Shore movie? Go.
Encino Man.
Son-in-law.
I think it was Son-in-Law for me.
Yeah. But also, okay, okay, I'm going to leave this to you. Okay. What's the actress's name? I can never remember it in Son-in-Law. She's also the mum in Spy Kids.
Yeah.
She's also in Sin City.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Young Alexi
Can't
coming
believe
through.
That is the Spy Kids mom. Oh, shit.
Top 3. I love her.
She is, yeah, she's pretty. She's pretty. She's something too.
What a great way to start this episode.
Anyway, Sin City. I think that's where I first was like, oh, she's beautiful. And then I was like, damn it, it's the mum from Spy Kids. I can't have a crush on the mum. But then we all have a crush on the dad from Spy Kids too. So it's okay.
There's something really attractive about someone who can make children but keep them alive. You know what I mean? Like there's something you're like, oh, you're responsible.
That
like,
is an
you can
impressive
do it.
skill. Yeah.
It's Antonio Banderas. You don't need an excuse.
Yeah.
Antonio Banderas can always get it. Like a free pass. You know what I mean? Like he will never age poorly.
Antonio Banderas in Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I think Mask of Zorro for me.
Can I say
Really?
that when I was like
Okay.
12, Interview with the Vampire is my favorite movie, and I watched it all the time, and then I watched it again last year, and I was like, I never noticed how homoerotic this movie is.
Oh,
they're like biting each other and flying together.
Oh my god, that is my porn. It's beautiful.
I just never noticed.
I watched
You don't
it
need to watch porn if you can watch that movie anytime you
an
want.
hour. I just went kiss. I was like, are you gonna do it or not? What's happening here?
Antonio and Brad just like, oh, that's my dream.
All the heartthrobs. What about Tom Cruise?
Yeah, but like
he's got crazy on him.
He's a bad guy.
But he's very
also,
handsome.
like,
Great actor.
Antonio and
Great actor,
Brad
handsome.
definitely have they have the chemistry that whereas Tom and Brad, it's just like it's very possessive.
Yeah.
But it's still hot. But Antonio and Brad is where it's at.
You look at them though, and you're like, "What do you two know about struggle?" You know, it's like, what do you know about a hard time? Like,
Yeah. Do you guys like Bram Stoker's Dracula?
It's hilariously over the top. I enjoyed it.
I love Gary Oldman in it.
Yeah.
I
He's
don't
so
know
good
which
in it.
one I've seen.
This
Is
one
it
is
the- is
Winona
that the-
Ryder.
Okay, no, I haven't
yeah.
seen that.
It's
I've
weird
seen like the
'cause-
black and white film that's maybe like 30 minutes. It felt 30 minutes long.
Oh, like
the original
Nosferatu
Dracula.
too.
Oh yeah, it's old school.
Like where they don't like when Dracula dies, you just hear a scream and
Yeah.
then he's just dead. Like you don't
Yeah.
like and I watched it thinking like I bet my grandpa thought this was really scary when it came out and it was quite beautiful.
Yeah. Some movies though, it's like I think the original Exorcist has really held up being fucking horrifying.
It's terrifying.
I watched it as a kid.
It's
It's so
sickening.
mean-spirited too, which
Yeah.
I love.
But I laughed watching it because some of it was so over the top. Like you could not laugh at it because you're like, What?
I think you watched Scary Movie.
Yeah,
You
that's a
didn't watch-
different movie.
My dad
Steve.
let me watch Exorcist, but he literally is like, here's the VHS, and he left me, and I was a kid. He's like, I'm
No,
not watching
how
it
old
with you.
are
No,
you?
he let me watch Jaws,
Oh, yeah.
Exorcist, all those
That's
scarred me for
terrible.
life.
Jaws is scary too.
Jaws did more damage than any movie
Yeah.
for sure. Like,
I don't
couldn't
think I
backstroke for a
I don't
long
think
time.
I've seen Jaws.
It's very good.
You don't.
I'm already scared of like swimming, so
Yeah.
I don't need to see it.
It's a crazy how much it messes with you as a kid. Like
Yeah.
I was in public pools and I was like, I know there's
Right.
not a shark in there. Like I know it, but I'm not gonna backstroke. I was like, I'm not doing
my
it.
dad tells a story still of like that was the first time he was scared by a movie. Like he went to bed that night and was laying in the top bunk of his bedroom that he shared with his brother and thought the shark was going to come through his window.
Yeah.
He didn't live in the water.
When you watch it,
lived in
it's like they did well for the time it was
Yeah.
made. Like it was very impressive.
And also you barely see the shark in it, and that was a budget thing because they built a shark and it sunk to the bottom of the ocean.
No.
Yeah. Piece of shit.
Do you think
dude.
other sharks ever
hi,
saw
Jonathan.
that? It's like-
Guys, you just missed Jonathan walk by, clearly knowing we were recording, but he can't see us, but he was like giving us a peace sign, an aggressive face.
Oh, we got off easy if it was just a peace sign.
I think that's what it was. He had something in
for
his
the viewers who
hand.
can't see, he is peeing right now.
Yeah.
He's making eye contact.
Where
Yeah.
is the... Oh,
Just
these.
there. It's just the one.
Yeah.
See, we're also on a budget, just like Jaws.
Yeah,
We can
exactly.
only
I'm
I'm
afford the
used to
one.
seeing it next to
One of the
Kevin.
GoPros just went down. I don't know what happened.
Oh, speaking of crushes and like all movie crushes, I got to buy a piece of like artwork yesterday that made me so happy because it was like one of my first crushes, and it's like a painting by M.W. Boeing in the city. If you're ever in Vancouver, find him. He's amazing.
And if you're listening, Steve has a crush
I
on
do.
you.
I 100% do. We're both socially awkward, sir. We
Show
had a
me
terrible
good side,
conversation.
babe.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sitting on my bad
Yeah.
side this whole time, so just know if you're watching,
Um,
I can look twice as good as this if you're over here.
And if we turn the lights off, I too can look twice as good. It's like, but I bought it. So I bought a painting off him that I really wanted, and it's Michael Keaton as Batman.
amazing.
And he has like, but it's like he has lipstick, and it's like smeared on his beautiful lips. And I'm just like, oh my god, it did
Oh,
everything
that's
for me.
so cool.
I noticed you have a Catwoman wallpaper on your phone.
Yeah.
I love
That's
that.
the other piece of art I have by him. That's a wood painted. That's wood, and I have that in my room
I
too.
love that very much.
Yeah, Batman, Catwoman, and Harrison Ford in like Indiana Jones days. Like,
Yeah.
that's childhood crushes.
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Can we compare-
Temple of Doom was like my
Ooh,
favorite movie as a
yeah.
kid. Yeah.
When he gets like whipped and the shirt just like peels off of him, and I was like,
Yeah.
a whip is such a bizarre tool. It is. It's a very like you can really hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I would always be like kind of scared.
It's a lot of training for a weapon that is not as good as a gun.
yeah.
You know what? I just realized like that's a huge difference because in Australia we grew up learning how to crack whips.
You'd know how to do it?
That's an
I mean, I haven't done it in a
Australian
long
thing.
time.
bad
But like we
ass,
had because we had like Outback Adventures we would go on
my
and
God.
like old timey like theme parks and like
That's so cool.
bush rangers would teach you how to. I don't know why I keep doing this because they're actors. Teach you and you crack a whip. Not at anything. You wouldn't hurt animals, but like just on the ground.
What was its purpose? Like, what is a whip like best for? What's
well,
the most ideal?
I
weapon?
think mostly to make animals go faster.
And rip Indiana Jones' shirt off.
And yeah,
I was like, I have an idea for a weapon.
make young men realize their sexuality
Yeah.
is for Harrison Ford only. That's
Can I
it,
say
right?
my-
I haven't seen Indiana
Oh,
Jones.
please.
I'm
My
so
first
sorry. Is it
celebrity-
Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
My first celebrity crush ever was Kelly Bundy from.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
I
a
look
great
like
one.
her now. So, and then also Robin Tunney from The Craft.
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
A whole
which
lot of-
one's that?
She was the main character.
Okay,
Yeah.
She did-
good
she's
one.
A whole lot add to a whole
What
She's
lot.
from Empire
about-
Records also.
yes.
Yep.
What about Sarah Michelle Gellar in the one where
I know what you did last summer.
no,
Buffy.
the one where she makes
Cruel
out with
Intention.
same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Cruel
Thank
Intention.
Selma.
Okay.
Why am I getting all my
Hayek.
celebrity? Thank you.
No,
No, it's
sorry,
not. It's Selma Blair.
Yeah, Selma
The
Blair.
Buffy movie, Christy
Oh
Swanson.
my god, that was amazing.
Oh, man.
So funny.
So we like
So
hot
funny.
girls from the 80s and 90s. If you're out there.
She had a movie that
Look
I
us up.
love that people don't really know about called The Chase, and it's Charlie Sheen and her.
Whoa.
And
Is it just Charlie Sheen chasing her?
well,
Just her avoiding.
he kidnaps her at the beginning, and the whole movie is a car chase. and it's ridiculous
Oh my
and over the
gosh.
top and hilarious.
From the 90s, 80s?
Yeah, 90s.
I love it. I
Yeah,
wanna
and
see
the
it.
and Bad Religion to the soundtrack, and then like the Red Hot Chili Peppers play like hillbillies in a truck trying to run them off the road.
Oh
and
my
Henry Rollins
gosh.
plays a cop in it, and it's so hilarious. Yeah,
So
it's-
many celebrity cameos.
Red
Yeah.
Hot Chili Peppers trying to run someone off the road in their own vehicle. That's,
Yeah,
I love it.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. So we put together a very good show last week.
We did.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
The
a great
first of
show.
many, I hope.
Yeah, it's kind of what I want to talk about in here, so people know what to expect from now on. The comedy
Oh,
here
so
often,
Kevy asked Steve and I to come on this podcast and talk about it after the show, after a few beers. So
Right.
today when Kevy texted and said, we're on for 3:00, and I said, hey, Steve, I forgot about this. Did you? And he's like, yeah, me too. So anyway, my hair's in a ponytail. This is where we're at.
That was a great hang after the show, too.
Yeah, it was.
That was
yeah.
nice. Alana Brittany's birthday hang. And my band was there, and it was really fun. But it was a great turnout, too. And
Standing
yeah.
room only.
Yeah.
We had all like 75 seats filled and maybe 20 people standing.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, 5 comics. Chris Griffin hosted. Kyle Bottom was supposed to be on the show. Had an emergency and had
We'll
to...
have him back on.
Yeah.
Please.
But he wasn't able to do it, and so Miles Anderson did a full...
20 minutes.
Yeah,
It was
and then
great.
Oladada filled in, and he
Yeah.
did great.
Oh, so
Yeah.
He was just coming to hang out.
Yeah, he was just coming to watch because
Yeah.
he's our pal.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
gave him a call.
Yeah.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
Super fun.
I was very happy. with the
And then,
lineup.
yeah, we mentioned Alana, and then Andrea Jin was on the show also.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It's weird when you're like you get to put on a show that is like you're like, oh, we know all these people. Like it's a little weird because usually you get a few people in there who you're like, I don't know this person. But
Yeah.
you actually know everyone. So you're-
hand-picked
Yeah.
Yeah,
by the Comedy
exactly.
Here Often team.
which I think is good because it adds pressure to them being like, don't fuck this up.
yeah.
I like when people
They
feel like that
chose you.
around me all
yeah,
the
like
time.
do not
to be
embarrass us.
honest. Yeah, yeah.
This is our first one. Do it right.
But isn't it crazy how, I mean, the team is so new, but we have so many things happening all the time. Like even the curated Spotify playlist where we put together our favorite stand-up.
Yeah, released every Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
You can find it on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah. And then Brittany Lysang's doing one.
Yeah, she'll be
Um,
taking over tomorrow. So, well, whenever this is released. In the
Wednesday.
past, yesterday,
Yeah.
the links will be available on Twitter and Facebook and obviously our Spotify, but
Yeah.
to find it via our social media.
Yeah. So we have that. And then obviously we have the third-party podcasts that are coming out.
That lovely Alexi is helping
That's
with
right.
those.
Young Alexi. And then we have the sketches that we've been doing.
Yeah, so a few more on the way. We just released a Miles Anderson one, which is hilarious.
Oh, so good.
Did you vote? Maybe his sketch will help you decide.
Retroactively.
By the time you're
vote.
watching this, it's too late to vote. I hope you all voted. I cannot vote. Please vote. Yeah, and then Brittany Lysang, we have one out. There's 2 more still to come to roll out with her, with Sam Tonning and Doug Radford starring in those with Brittany Lysang.
Yeah, and I think we have like a few that are like pretty much
Up and coming.
ready to go. Like
Yeah.
we just got to film them. But
Steve
really,
Letts, Dave Harris, more Miles Anderson. We've got some holiday stuff coming up. So some Christmas stuff with Miles, some Movember stuff with Steve.
hopefully one with us.
So it's all happening.
I'm getting that comment a lot. They're like more us.
Yeah.
That's all I've been hearing.
And that's why we're the guests on the podcast today. Can't get enough of you, baby.
Can't sing that because we get copyrighted.
She can sing it. We just can't play the recording.
I can sing it
Yeah.
You
because
can only sing like 5 seconds of it, or it's like you have to like mix.
like whatever's recognized.
Yes,
they won't
that's
recognize that.
It's like 3 seconds.
I did a terrible job. It'll be fine. And we're back.
the fairy tale world. Yeah, it's very.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that. I was just saying every technology problem I could have, I am having.
And Mercury is not in retrograde, so I don't understand.
That's the only thing it could have been. Wait,
I
what
knew
is-
it wasn't in retrograde
does that
because my
mean?
app, the patent,
It's-
didn't tell me
It's
it
an
was
optical
happening.
illusion.
Oh,
It's
That's
when-
what Mercury retrograde means. It means it looks like it's going the different direction, but it's not. It's going the
Lovely
exact same
Alexi, would
direction.
you our research
listen.
person.
Lauren and I are really into the pattern.
The patent is so good, and
when
it
people
tells
don't
me-
like it, we clearly get sad.
I get defensive.
Yeah, when Ashley Shirley Nome was like making fun of it, we were both like, "Listen, there's another table that you can sit at because we're having fun over here."
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
It's her and Steve at that
Yeah.
table.
It's like, oh, you don't want to know anything about yourself? Okay.
Yeah.
I
You don't want an app to read you? Right. Whatever.
Yeah.
But we talked about this last time
Well, I
on the
haven't
podcast.
read mine
where-
today. Should I read mine on here?
Yeah.
Please do. But I believe I
was
want
too
to
busy
believe.
working.
I would love to believe in this stuff.
Yeah.
Like in magic. Like
I know.
would so be.
I know. So do I.
Oh my
But it
gosh,
just-
guys.
So I'm starting with the pattern.
Is it the 21st today?
It is.
All right. Okay. Whether you're comfortable with it or not, you're different. You may have always felt this way, like you have an imprint on your personality, or there may have been something unconventional about your home life that made you feel like an outsider. Part of you is very ambitious, correct, and has a strong impulse to accomplish something significant in the world, also correct. However, you're also a true individual, uniquely yourself. This is
love
very
this.
long. I think Kevin should read his now.
Wait a second. No one person can fulfill all your needs all the time, but at the minimum, your long-term partner needs to be incredibly independent and give you plenty of space. That's true. I really need...
I was waiting for like, oh god.
I really do need so much me time. It's kind of ridiculous.
But it's good to know that about yourself.
Yeah.
Like, don't go in with the false like idea of like, no, I love hanging out with someone all the time, and then you look at them after like 20 minutes, you're like, I cannot.
You
20
always
minutes, that's my
start
cutoff.
seeing
It's-
someone
Yeah.
and they want to hang out with you all the time, and like
Yeah.
that's a definite red flag right from the get go, because it's like, what happens later when you get used to seeing me every day,
Yeah.
and I want a day away from
Yeah.
you.
Ooh. Yeah, you
It's-
don't want to
it's-
set the precedent.
Like, it's not that I don't want to see you. It's just like every day.
You don't want to lead them on.
every day.
Yeah, lead on the friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I treat like romance like how I do stand-up comedy, like very unicorn. Like once in a blue moon, I'll come out, I'll do a thing, spread a little magic, and then just disappear.
Like, wow, we really liked him. We hope we see
bless
him
the
again
crowd.
soon.
Exactly. Always
Not for another 6 months,
Yeah.
bitches. He leaves again.
I'm finding
I'll
that a
produce
lot of
my own show. Get
It
it?
was legit.
Get it?
a lot of
Date
friends of mine
yourself.
who are big stand-ups doing it every day have made the decision that they just don't feel like doing it right now. It's so
It's
interesting.
the fucking weather.
yeah.
No one
Yeah.
feels like doing anything.
Yeah.
It could be other things, but
I don't feel like it's not even like I feel sad that I'm not doing it as much. It's more like I'm just right now. I'm like I'm good. I have
Yeah.
other things going on in my life right now that I'm fine with. It's fulfilling enough. But then don't get me wrong though. It's like an itch though. It comes back. And
Yeah.
eventually you're like I need to be narcissistic.
There's other ways of doing that, Steve. Yeah.
yeah, but other is fun.
Because like I don't need it. Like I know I'm funny. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need the.
You are
I don't need
very
the
funny.
You're
approval,
very
but,
funny.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to do stand up. I just need to come on a podcast with my coworkers and make them laugh for 45 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you said to me before we recorded this.
I did verbatim. Verbatim.
Word for word. I recorded it, if
And
anyone.
I said, when this is over, you don't know me. You don't talk to me. You see me on the street, go a different way.
He's like the groundhog from Groundhog's Day, but it's just jokes. He just comes out once a year.
I'm more like the groundhog from Caddyshack.
Yeah.
Yeah, with like Bill Murray's just trying to dynamite my ass.
Yeah. Who's your Bill Murray?
Ooh.
The comedy scene?
Ooh.
And it's not like they're trying to get me out to like do more comedy. They're like, get out. It's like, get out of here.
All right.
Wow. All right.
What do we...
Moving on.
It's so cute.
So our first monthly...
looking?
Oh, groundhog?
It's
I
the
knew it. I knew
cutest
you were-
groundhog
Young
from
Alexi.
Caddyshack. It's a perfect Muppet.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Sorry, yes.
That movie came out in the 70s, and here's the thing.
We're
I
really
think.
showing our age here, aren't we?
Well, here's the thing.
I was 33 when it came out.
You must be ancient now. You look
am,
great.
yes.
So skincare.
Have I mentioned I'm a
Yeah.
skincare fetish?
But certain movies, like, because just our attention spans get shorter and shorter, certain things just won't translate to newer generations. And I feel like if I tried to watch, a 18-year-old comedy fan, that movie wouldn't work. You know what I mean?
I remember like when.
Like son-in-law.
Yeah. Well,
Son-in-law will always work.
I remember like early 2000s when like you started watching those like teen movies and stuff, and like even like what was it, like Not Another Teen Movie that was like really gross. And
Yeah.
Even like that was like you can't even like compare the two anymore. They're just so bizarre. Like, because I remember
Yeah.
watching Caddyshack and I remember feeling like dirty watching it because it was like the 70s and there were just boobs out everywhere. Like the
Yeah.
boobs were not an issue in movies, and I remember as a kid being like,
Not into
70s,
this at all.
Yeah, 70 boobs. Maybe that was, there we
Yeah,
go.
because I'm looking at you going, and?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although Chevy Chase came out in, like
Boobs
the
are
tiny
great.
little
Yeah.
swim trunks, I was like, okay, Chevy, Chevy Chase back then.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Very
oh,
good looking.
totally.
Yeah. I like men's style around that time.
Yeah.
It was very like I don't know if the word is like metrosexual. It just was more like fashion was different then. Like you
Yeah.
could, even James Bond, he sold the little shorts he wore.
Yeah.
Like Sean
And now
Connery's-
you wear them.
Yes. $50,000 later, worth it. Cannot fit into them. But yeah, it's like that style then. It was just like little shorts, and that was that's just how people dress back then. Now like
great.
you can't really do that as much.
Yeah.
Well, you can. Oh, you can. People just don't.
I feel like there's still like pushback to when people because I remember when I was younger, I was going through my rebellious phase. I would wear crazy shit, like just
Like what?
Yeah.
denim
Be
short shorts,
specific.
combat boots, like
That just sounds like a good outfit.
Yeah, that
it was
sounds great.
But I mean, like denim shorts, like more than mid thigh, and then ripped up down like a slit that I had like
Into it.
re-threaded
Okay.
and everything, but like in
That's great.
Lethbridge, Alberta,
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's the rebellious.
in
Yeah,
part.
Ireland, and so I used
If
to
that
wear
was
that.
in this
You know
city,
what?
it would have been not even
But you
rebellious.
probably, you know what? You set the tone and you just said, look, fuck it. This is what I'm going to wear. I don't care where I am. See, if you were in Vancouver and wore that, it wouldn't have been the same story. So why can't you just be yourself wherever you are in the world?
I have like admiration
The
though when I
best.
see people on the street wearing things that are so clearly like eye catching or very attention
Yeah.
grabbing. Like
Yeah.
I give up like small applause because
Yeah.
I'm like, it takes a little courage to do it and not think about
Yeah.
all the people staring at
Oh,
you.
I would do it and think about it and be
Yeah.
worried about it and be really self-conscious.
Yeah.
I remember as a teenager, as a teenage goth, just being and I lived in the suburbs too, and it was mean.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Actually, I was thinking about this one time. These guys pulled over. And I knew they were going to make fun of me, but I wasn't sure how. So I was walking. And
Here
the
it
guy
comes.
stopped, and he hung his head out the window, and he's like, those are girls' jeans. And it's like, how did you know that? Like, sure, they're tight jeans, and he's right. They were girls' jeans. But how did he know that? The threading? And you are, challenging my masculinity right now?
Oh.
How did you know that?
What a
I just
dick.
want to know.
But I'm
You should have turned around and said, yeah, I got him from your girlfriend.
Okay.
Let's go back in time and
Yeah.
get him with
I
that.
wish I could, because I'm so good
It's
after
a
the
solid
fact.
burn.
Yeah, oh, it's not the worst.
Yeah, I really am.
I'm very much like in the shower after and like should have
Crying.
Same-
shadow
Like, what
boxing.
could I
Same
in the
jean
shower,
shorts
yeah.
from when you were a teenager. Rip up the sides.
You were never nude. You're in your jean shorts in the shower.
I wear them, but I just shadow box for like a good 20 to 30 minutes. And then I just,
It's a good way to
Oh, a
work through your
dog,
problems.
everyone. It's so it's so wet out for a puppy.
Puppies love the rain. They're the ducks of the cane. I don't know. I'm so hungover.
the
Good
worst
day for
too.
dog. You're hungover?
Yeah.
What'd you do last night?
Me and Devon hung out, and I wingmanned him because he liked the
Nice.
waitress, and I wanted to go home. He's like, "Bro, you can't go yet." Yep.
How does that work? Do you get that a lot? Do you get people to like ask you to wingman, or do you just naturally take on that role?
It's you can tell they're interested, and then so we call it throwing alley oops. So I'll be like, Devon is a great actor, and you've probably seen him before, and then
Oh, nice.
up the value of each other, and being a
So
guy
you're the Ted and he's the Barney.
what's that a reference to?
How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, sorry, I've
Sorry,
never seen
Jason
that.
Segel reference.
I've heard people do that like at open homes. They have like friends come who are like paid actors who come in and be like, oh my
Wow.
goodness, this place is
That's
beautiful.
smart.
Like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
amp it up. So yeah, you're helping out.
Well, I like that, especially since I'm in a relationship. There's no pressure on me to be likable at all. I just like helping my friend look great. Yeah.
Oh, brag much? Jeez.
What do you mean? I don't want to be
There's
likable.
no pressure to be liked at all. That's all I ever think about every second of every day.
I'm getting better at letting things go though as time goes on. Like now I can let it go. But when I was like younger, I would like really like hold it in. Just
Oh,
be,
yeah.
like I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
what did I say? What did I do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I beat myself up after social situations. Don't worry
All the
about
time,
it.
yeah.
Very good at that.
Yeah, I made a stupid typo in a text message to Kevy at a ridiculous hour of the morning on the weekend. And then we had a whole conversation that followed.
Oh,
The
that
next
was
day I
good.
read it and I was like, that wasn't even funny, Lauren.
No.
Why'd you do
I
that?
think it was funny.
It was
the
funny.
iOS
but
jokes
then
we were
you
doing.
think, yeah, but then you think about it and you're like, was Kevy just like, shut up, stop texting
No,
me?
no. If I feel that way, I
hilarious.
just don't respond.
That's me. Yeah, I'm not. I don't
Eventually you
engage,
just stop
yeah.
responding.
No. But I actually I'm very selective with who I respond to. It's funny. I always see Bobby Lee's on his podcast, Tiger Belly. People come and be like, "You didn't respond to my texts," and every person who comes on says that to him, and I kind of like that. I
Yeah.
kind of want to be that.
That's very much me. I'm very,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Pauly Shore was like tweeting that one time, trying
Yeah.
to find Bobby Lee. Like,
He
has
got mad
anyone
at him.
heard from Bobby?
He got mad
It was
at
like
him on
all
the
over
show
his
for it.
social media, and then Bobby eventually responded like he was just on vacation. or
Jordan
something.
Peele got mad at him for it. So he big times the big time people. I really respect
That's so
that.
funny.
That is a good power move. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Just such a like, and it's Bobby Lee. Like this is Mad TV Bobby Lee we're talking about.
Yeah.
Does not give
As
a
opposed
single-
to the other Bobby Lee we could have been talking about.
Sure,
on the
there's
comedy
another
podcast.
Bobby Lee.
another version of Bobby Lee. out
Another
there.
another comedian named Bobby Lee who has a podcast. What is wrong with me?
Podcast.
If you ever
Podcast.
saw Bobby Lee on Mad TV, you'd be like, yeah, he doesn't seem like someone who would answer his phone. Like, it just-
Yeah, I want to be that guy.
Well,
Yeah.
Tom Green just went back to a flip phone.
I saw that.
that's a
Inspiring
little,
people
that's
everywhere.
a little too much.
Is
I don't know,
it?
yeah.
I'm not gonna do it, but I'm inspired.
But the thing is, like, I don't understand what the point of that is in the sense where, like, people are, like, trying to be like, I don't want them to know where I am. It's like, well, if it has a SIM card, they know where you are.
I don't think it's
doesn't
that. I
stop
think it's because
anything.
we're just so attached to our phones
That's
now. Like
true.
I've picked mine up 3 times during this podcast, and I deleted social media off it yesterday. So what was I doing? Reading text from Kevy is what I was doing.
Lauren,
But-
please, Popcast.
Popcast. Please. Lauren, please.
Ari Shaffir did this thing where he had that show This Is Not Happening, and Comedy Central, it was on Comedy Central, and then he had a disagreement with him, so they fired him from his own show and got a new host.
Were we talking about this on the walk on Friday? I
Maybe,
think so.
maybe. But then he calls it Ari Shaffir's Unnamed Storytelling Show. But he after that happened, he had made enough money where he's like, fuck this, and he put his phone in his drawer and just went to Asia.
That's right. You did tell me this story on the
he
weekend.
didn't know where he was going, and since he didn't have his phone to buy tickets, he just went to the airport and was like, "What's the next flight to Asia?" And it was the nicest part. And then they're like, "This." He's like, "Great, let's do it."
Wow.
Doesn't that sound like a red flag if you are
Totally.
like at the airport?
Oh, yeah,
So, like,
totally.
they're like,
Yeah, I've seen the
where's
movie
your
Yes
bag?
Man when he
Yeah.
gets back from his like weekend away with Zoe Deschanel, and they like arrest him for going on a flight.
Really?
Yeah, in the movie Yes Man, it's a film.
Oh yeah.
very
I
credited
could tell by
film,
your
thank you.
face for a second that you thought I was telling a real story.
Yeah, I did.
No, just Jim Carrey.
Love Jim Carrey.
That's
Asia
great
is
movie.
like risky too. Like I'm still scared of Asia. I saw Broke Down Palace. That changes you, man. I'm not messing around.
I actually got in trouble coming back from Asia, and I had food poisoning, and they thought I was on heroin, and literally said that to me, and were questioning me, and they were so mean to me that it really hurt my feelings. But one of the things they said was, "This is all you brought to China for 2 weeks," and it was just a backpack. I hate carrying luggage.
2 weeks.
I
is-
fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just put all my stuff in Lewis's bag.
I understand.
So
Like,
you're just a shit friend.
Yeah.
so they're just looking and they're like, "You on heroin?" And like, you just like, they just believe you, yes or no. I mean,
Well, he was like, because it was so weird, because I got through security, I got through customs, and then I was waiting in bag check for the rest of my band. I was just like sweating my face off. And then this TSA person walked by and then saw me and then double taked and came back, and he looked like The Rock too. And he was so big and muscular and mean and unfair. And he came back and he was like, he's just started questioning me, and then he's like, "Why were you in China?" And then I was explaining to him, he's like, "Well, I want to do that. Why can't I do that?" And I'm like, "Because you didn't put in the work to be a musician." And then I was like, "Oh, why did I say that?" Shouldn't it, like, it was such a dumb question, and I answered it like a dumb question, but wrong guy to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then he was like, "Oh, we're clever, are we?" And it started like attracting attention of people there.
no.
And then he's like, "I mean, what's wrong with you? You're sweating so much. Like, you look like you're on heroin, and I specialize in busting people who are smuggling drugs. So, are you on heroin?" And I was like, "No, I have food poisoning." He's like, "Right now?" Another dumb question.
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, yesterday." Like, yeah,
Of course
now.
right
Like, what a
now.
stupid question. You know what I mean? And it's like, that flight's so long too. It's like 12
Yeah.
hours. And he's like, "Let me tell you a little bit about myself." And he goes, "I specialize in 3 things: smuggling drugs, smuggling foreign currency, and child pornography." Like, everyone there was like, "What?" Like, don't yell that while talking to me. You know what I mean? And everyone looked, and I was like, "Oh God." And then literally a guy walked by with a big pot leaf shirt, and I'm like, "Aren't you worried about that guy?" And he's like, "No, I'm focusing on you, young man." It's like, Jesus! It hurt my feelings. Like, the way he's talking to me, or like, really
How
hurt my
did you
feelings.
get out of that
He
situation?
just bothered me for like 40 minutes, and then he brought a drug sniffing dog, and it
Named Doug.
named Doug. And if those dogs smell something, they'll sit down, and it just kept walking past me, and he was like, "Doug, start. He's like getting mad at the dog. And I was like, maybe I don't have anything. And he's like, shut up. Told me shut up. And then I like literally my band are waiting for me, and I was like, just go. He's never gonna let me go. And then they're like, no, we stand together. And so they waited there for me.
And then they saw him. They're like, okay, we'll see you in the bus.
yeah. And then we all walked out together, and then people were extra mean to me at the airport for like the next year, and then now it seems to be gone.
Oh, like
Yeah.
they put something on your profile.
I think so. I don't know, but it seems to be fine now. I go to LA all the time, and it's such a breeze for me, and I don't have a Nexus card or anything, so I guess it's gone.
That Nexus card is like no joke. I heard like you have to go through such a process to do it, and it's like one of those things where it's like you have to like kind of lie about some things.
What?
Really?
You know, because they ask, it's one of those things where it's like, have you once or ever smoked like weed ever in your life, and like you have to just lie because
Well,
you
I
even
never
say
heard
yes.
of that, so that'll be easy for me to.
If you just say
Yeah,
yes.
what was that T-shirt that guy was wearing?
Yeah, I never heard of it. Probably asparagus or something, some plant.
I
Yeah.
love asparagus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to quickly talk about what our plans are for the future. We want to keep doing
Well,
the
I would
monthly.
love to marry Jason Segal.
Okay.
That's
How
my-
about Steven Seagal?
I mean,
Oof. Wasn't that like...
I just think like the age gap might be a bit much.
Right.
Yeah.
I could
I'm
do-
not saying no. I'm just saying probably not.
I'd like to practice a little karate with him. That'd be
Yeah?
fun.
He's an actual cop now.
I heard, yeah, he's on a reality TV show still, or he was. He
know.
was on one once upon a time. It's like Louisiana or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But do you mean future plans for
Comedy here often.
not so distant future?
Yeah. I just want people to know what
Yeah.
to look forward to. We have a bunch more albums we're recording.
Tons coming out. The next out will be Sean McDonald next month, and then next year we have Steve Letts, Stuart Jones, Dave Harris, another Shirley Nome, Randy Newmeyer, Andrea Jin.
Yep.
Am I missing anyone?
Someone's feelings are gonna get hurt.
I know.
know.
Kyle Bottom.
Yes. That one wasn't confirmed yet, Kevy. That's why I was leaving it off the list. I wasn't forgetting it.
Sorry.
And yeah, tons more in the works. So
Yep.
they're all coming out. And with those, we do digital content with them. So there'll be plenty more sketches, stand-up clips,
And
all
we-
that fun stuff.
The cool thing about the monthly is that we can have people who I think maybe are having a little bit of a hard time finding a place to headline in this city right now. And so it's great that we can take on all that great talent.
Yeah. So reach out, Lauren at comedyhereoften.com if you want to be on the show.
Yeah.
It is a pro showcase. So if you're wondering if you're experienced enough to be on it, we could perhaps put you on the guest list to come and check it out. Or
Yeah.
you could ask us to come and watch you at another show. And if we're not familiar with you.
Yeah. Oh, and third-party
Why
content.
are you laughing at that?
Let me put it this way: I'm not on the show, so
See, we've had one show. Also,
I'm just
you're
saying, that's
taking
the
a break
bar.
from comedy.
If you think you're like better than me, you might have a chance.
We
But
just
if
have
you
to
don't-
schedule you in your 6-month sabbatical.
Yeah, exactly.
I
When you're
figure
doing
out when
comedy
that
again.
is, when Mercury's in retrograde or whatever the fuck.
No, I like bartend, and I'm bartending at these shows too. So come hang out with me.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Oh, one other thing is people who've been submitting like third-party content, it needs to be high quality.
Yes.
Like we've been getting some like camera phone shit.
Not from your phone.
Can't post that on YouTube.
Please use a
God bless.
tripod or
Yeah.
something to stabilize.
Yeah,
The
some good
audio
audio.
has to be good.
Yep.
Or if that's just something you're submitting in the hopes that maybe that is just like a teaser for what you may send us, then let us know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let us know that that's your intention. But yeah, we post on social a lot, but always accepting third-party
Yeah.
applications.
We
So
get some cool stuff too.
yeah, clips, sketches, stand-up, podcasts. If it's something comedy related that you think our platform will be able to help with, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anything else, Stove?
No, you kind of covered it all. We're sketches.
Stove
I'm really
is
excited.
the sketch guy.
Yeah, the sketch
He's so
man.
good
I
at it,
referred
so
to you
funny.
as sketch man in an email today because Steve is the sketch man.
Been helping out these comics figure out,
I'm a
develop their
sketch man.
ideas.
I like being the sketch guy just because I like the emails I have with people about sketches because they're just the dumbest things.
Man, when I
Yeah.
walked by you guys discussing them with Miles,
Oh
like
my
I heard
gosh,
like
that was
5 seconds
so
of him
funny.
talking and I was already laughing. It
We
was
were
like, so I'm
laughing
a cop, right?
hysterically.
And it's like already he's
It
like
was
he's
the
like Jim
funniest
Carrey.
meeting I've ever
Yeah.
been in.
He reminds me of Jim
was
Carrey.
great.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's very
ridiculous.
talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all those albums that have already come out, you can stream them on all the places you can stream them, and you can buy them hard copies via the 604 Records website. Come by a show. We have merch tables, so we've got CDs. We've got fun, different merch for every comedian, depending who they are.
Get a nice Yumi Nagashima lollipop.
Yeah, a Miles
So
Anderson
good, by the way.
sticker.
It's so
A
delicious.
Brittany Lysang hockey puck stress ball.
Which I have, by the way, and it is amazing.
This is probably gonna go on my resume. That was an idea.
That's
so
great.
I'm just like, that's it.
What's it like being a brilliant genius?
Look.
I don't
And
want to
the
get
pod-
into
yeah,
I can't get the podcast. We're almost done. There's not enough time.
Yeah. Okay, my friends.
Yay!
Thank you for coming on and talking
At
about that
Comedy
stuff.
Here Often on all the social medias.
Yeah.
Insert theme music.
And Stove City. Lauren Deborah, Dr. Kevy.
I'm so hungover. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Comedy Here Often podcast. I've been your host, Kevin. Make sure to follow us on all the platforms. Make sure to subscribe to us, too, on YouTube. And next week, my guest will be Mark Nesbitt and Levi McCashin.